I want to make something very clear to you. For those that have messaged me and that have said that I should not mix politics and Christianity and that we can be patriotic if you're a Christian, I have news for you. You are standing today in a free nation because someone who loved God fought for it. Let me make something very clear to you. Pacifist Christians of today that don't want to involve themselves in politics, don't use their voice for anything. You're sitting on your comfy couch today experiencing a free nation because people love God enough to fight tyranny. Do me a favor. People that follow me, that know me, know that Jesus is the air I breathe. Jesus is everything to me. For those of you that have an issue with patriotic Christians that are standing up for a free nation, for God's will to be done in a nation, you don't know what you're talking about. You are so blinded that you actually get to walk in the ground that bloodshed was spilled for your freedom. I have never seen a more ungrateful people. Do you not know that the God you serve is a God of war? Should you look at the Old Testament, how he commanded entire nations to be wiped off the face of the earth? What are you talking about? God gave us government to make sure that his laws are the ones that are carried out and his justice are carried out in the land. What happens when a government turns against its people and starts murdering the people? You're going to stand up then? You're going to stand up then when you didn't even have enough guts, because that's what it is, to stand up for truth, to go to Facebook jail for 60 days, for however many days is necessary, to teach your children not to lay down? Come on, people. What is going on? What is going on with you Christians that are pacifists? Don't talk about anything. Don't say anything. Don't stand up for anything. Jesus was not a pacifist. He was humble, but he was not a pacifist. He spoke what needed to be said against whoever needed to be said, which usually was the religious elite of his time. Do you not know the God you serve? Go back, go sit. Please go sit. Stop telling people not to speak up. Stop telling people what they should do and what's appropriate for them to do. Sit down, honey. Sit down, honey. Go on your Target trip. Go to your Starbucks. Go sit on your comfy couch while everyone else fights, because the war that we fight today is a war of information. I have fought it for this nation for years. I fought it against corruption, the global elite, the pharmaceutical companies, against the vaccines, because I can't even say that without being flagged. I have fought for this nation in everything that I can do. I've gone to the rallies. I've done whatever I can do to use my platform to fight for freedoms and educate people, because an uneducated people becomes a disarmed people, and a disarmed people goes to concentration camps. And then at that point in time, you're going to want to have people like me by your side to fight for you, because you're a coward. You're a coward. You're a coward. You're a coward. You can't even stand up for truth. You're a coward. You don't even want to talk about sin on your wall because you don't want people to be upset. You're a coward. And now, if the shoe does not fit, then the video wasn't for you. But I'm really sick and tired of Christians that want to separate politics from their faith. What happens when we separate politics from their faith? The separation of church and state was that the church would not be manipulated by the state. It wasn't for the church to stay out of politics. If all Christians, Bible-believing, God-fearing people stay out of politics, what is there left? Babylon is what is left. Babylon is what is left. So stop staying quiet. Stop sitting back and watching all these atrocities happening, not only in Cuba, in this nation with an absolute stolen election that God's going to fix, by the way. And if you do not feel like fighting the war of information, if you do not feel like fighting for biblical truth, for politics, for human rights, whatever it is that we need to stand against, because it's just, then sit down. But stop coming after people like me that are using their platform to actually make a change. Stop doing it because I don't care. Nobody else does. We don't care. Go sit.